Ladies, Cardi B is a classic example of what happens to women who think they are special and different and bigger than the program. So Cardi has taken to the internet saying that Offset is a deadbeat dad, does not contribute to help with her kids financially, and he's only seen the newborn like 3 times since the baby was born. He also does not bother to keep in contact with the 2 older kids that he has with Cardi. But my thing is this. When Cardi met Offset, she knew he was already a deadbeat to other kids because she did interviews talking about how she was the one who brought him together with his other kids. She let us know early on in her relationship with Offset that she is the reason that he reconnected with his kids and started taking care of them again. So my question then becomes this. What kind of woman are you to lay down and have kids with a man who you know already does not take care of his kids he has in other places? What kind of standards do you have set for your life that makes someone else's deadbeat baby daddy an acceptable mate for you? What kind of standards did you have set for your future children by making someone else's deadbeat baby daddy their father? What kind of life do you want for your children by making someone else's deadbeat baby daddy their father? Where were the morals when you knew this man had kids he abandoned and you still laid up under him? Like many other of the preferences, Cardi thought that her kitty cat was lined in gold and that Offset's character and reputation did not apply to her and their relationship. A lot of y'all get with these deadbeats and believe all the lies they tell you about why they are not in their kids' lives. Oh yeah, his baby mama crazy. She keeping his kids away from him. She don't blah, blah, blah. And guess what? When you're the baby mother who got left behind with kids and no help, those are the same stories he's going to be telling the next baby mother in line. Ladies, your kitty is not lined in gold. If he's a dog, he's going to be a dog. You are not the exception to the rule. You will eventually become the rule, just like all the other women he's dealt with. And just because he put a ring on it does not mean he is now a good man or that he's changed. A lot of serial baby daddies eventually marry one of their girlfriends because they need free childcare. He did it to her. He will definitely do it to you as well. You are not bigger than the program.
Honestly, you are not bigger than the program because the signs were there. And also, when we tell these women these things, they think that we are joking, we are wishing them harm. But that's because we have an understanding on how men can behave. And for the fact that most often than not, these women want to keep these men in their lives as like, oh, see, she couldn't keep him, but I'm keeping him. And even when she knows all of these things, she knows she has her own phobias. Cardi B as well has her fears of not being alone. She does not want to be without a man. That's why she moved on as quickly as she did with Stephon Diggs and had a baby with him, just as she was getting out of the relationship. But here am I am not judging. It is what it is. Do you understand? But it just shows that she's somebody who's not willing to stay alone. She's not somebody who can be by herself with her own thoughts. She needs a man to heal her. And listen, if a man can heal you, let him heal you. Let him give you the D. Let him do whatever it needs to for you to heal. I'm just saying you don't expect much of it. Don't expect much of it. Don't expect him to commit to that level yet. I'm sure he's not even ready. And even if he is, yeah, there's a lot going on in Cardi B's life, and you don't just jump into marriage like that. Do you get? So for me, it's just, hey, just live your life. do what pleases you and be happy.
The reason people will excuse Cardi B's pregnancy by saying, oh, she can afford as many kids as she likes, is because they want to pretend all their own childhood issues came from poverty. It doesn't feel personal. Most people in this country suffer from lack of money. You can be making six figures in LA, New York, DC, and still not have enough, or be barely scraping by. So it feels less triggering to them to just say, oh, well, we were broke, I had to get it out the mud. But if you ask them about the interpersonal dynamics, how did it make you feel the way you were raised, people are going to be pissed because they don't want to admit that their parents birthed them into chaos because they were selfish. It is socially acceptable to say, I hate being poor. It is not socially acceptable to say, hey, I hate the fact that my parents went from man to man, woman to woman. They were not intentional about choosing who they partnered with. I didn't like the fact that me and my siblings all had their own parents, or that I was raised with multiple step siblings. There were constantly new people in and out of the house, or that maybe those people didn't even know who their fathers were. It is not socially acceptable to confront your parents and say, hey, I hate that you did this to me. I hate that this has caused me issues. You've given me trauma. And the reason why people will hype celebrity women to death for doing this same stupid stuff is because it makes them feel seen. It makes them feel validated. Okay, I don't have to be ashamed. Everybody's doing it. And it means they don't have to take responsibility for their own choices because this becomes normalized. But as we've seen from the cases surrounding Keke Palmer, Sky Jackson, Halle Bailey, money is not a panacea for the pain. It is not going to solve all or even most of the problems. Money is for providing for children. But it costs $0 to be intentional about who you have children with, okay? The most important thing you can give your child is a safe, stable environment. And that clearly has very little to do with money because these celebrities have millions and they still haven't given it to their children. People are more concerned with comforting their wounded inner child by creating the pandemonium that version of themselves is used to than they are creating a happy, healthy, stable home for their actual children. And it's cruel. It's cruel and it's selfish to make your children live this out in front of the entire world, to traumatize the next generation because you won't get the help you need, because you won't go to therapy, confront your parents, and really think about what it was that was done to you. I mean, just logically, Offset has how many children by how many women? Now Cardi has children by 2 men, and Stefan has children by how many women? It's just an entanglement of genetics and confusion. This isn't going to last. These people are going to go on to repartner again and again and again, and probably bring more children and more partners who have more children and more chaos into this situation, and just create more confusion, more lack of identity, and more mental harm for all of these kids. Truly loving your children means putting them first. It means putting their feelings, putting their happiness above everything. And this is not what you do when you live this way. But you say anything about this and people are going to say, well, they're rich and their children are rich. The reason people defend people who live like this is because the toxicity is very familiar to them. And admitting this behavior is harmful, that it did traumatize you, would mean holding your own parents accountable, and you're not ready to do that yet. Growing up battling this stuff has left them feeling insecure, unloved, and has influenced their choices in a very negative way. And money becomes an easy scapegoat to project all those negative feelings onto. Well, I felt like that because I didn't have the latest clothes and shoes, because people teased me about my lack of this and that, because our lights got turned off. No. We can cast an eye around the children of Hollywood and see that money is not a cure-all. It is not even a cure most. People are so obsessed with providing the best of everything material for their children, but won't give them the best family structure when that doesn't cost any money. You really want to invest in giving your children something great? Give them a family that sits down to dinner every night. Give them parents who are going to read to them. Give them a happy, healthy, loving home. Raise them with intention, okay? Love them in a space that is free of toxicity. Break the negative cycle. That's the best gift you can give anyone. Doctor's orders. Like and follow for more.